and a blast of hot air from down the hallway. I was like, so the hall just farted at me, which is ridiculous. Like, what kind of description is this?
I mean, you two had joined Tales, but Lotus, you also played some Arena, which I always love hearing about. So why don't you go on ahead?
All right, well, then I'll start with Arena and then mention how I got to join with Pixie on PC. But earlier today, actually, I did a follow-up stream of Arena, and I was, when we last left off, I had made it to level 2 of the Crypt of Hearts after 3 hours. And I figured, perfect, now I can beat the Crypt of Hearts before I have my trial tonight. I was incorrect. So 3 more hours later, spoiler, I'm still in the fucking Crypt of Hearts.
This is exactly why I lifted the family-friendly part of this show.
6 hours! Who is in the Crypt of Hearts for 6 hours? It doesn't make any sense. So, I roam around in the Crypt of Hearts, and there's crap falling out of the walls. Literally, the descriptions of one of the walls. So, there's a few things for anybody who didn't catch the live or recorded video versions of this. So, as I'm roaming around, it gives you these little written descriptors, because the game is very pixelated. Think Doom, except in medieval times. And you walk over these points, and it will give you dialogue, like not spoken, but like it will type a description of what's happening. And one of them was, you smell a strong scent of sulfur and a blast of hot air from down the hallway. I was like, so the hall just farted at me, which is ridiculous. Like, what kind of description is this? So I'm roaming around down here in the fart halls, and every 5 inches there's another enemy that spawns, and it attacks me, and I try to heal, because the overarching theme to this game is I keep trying to heal, and every time I try to heal, it does the thing where, like, you've been awoken from your sleep, there are enemies nearby. Well, I never get anywhere because I'm constantly trying to sleep in order to get my health back, but every time I sleep, I'm attacked by monsters that knock my health right back down, and it's a vicious cycle. But I managed to get through floor 2 after a while, and I'm like, okay, here we go, floor 3. And I'm working on floor 3, and on floor 3, it says something about the walls are, like, mucusy and stuff. I'm like, what is the descriptions of this place? Like, I know mucusy was one of the descriptors, but there were more. I don't know what is wrong with this place.
The walls are made of poop.
Yeah, seriously. It's awful. So I'm roaming around the Crypt of Hearts, continuing on my path, and actually that is, yes, the Crypt of Farts is a giant colon, which several people did point out the fact that I did just switch the name to Crypt of Farts on stream because of the constant in-game fart jokes. But we had continued on for a while, just chiseling through enemies. The enemies are pretty advanced in here. The vampires, I learned, are miserable. I believe it was you, Pixie, who said he looks happy because he's just got the 2 little vampire snaggletooth things.
Yes.
And he's smiling and then beats the hell out of me. But so I had to fight one of those. You're constantly fighting. Well, there aren't Atronachs in this game. They're golems, and there's rock golems and iron golems, and it's ridiculous. So the barrage continues, and I think I find the exit to this stupid place. And instead of the exit, I find that it's got a 4th floor, which is really getting excessive that this place is quite this big. This is, as far as I know, the first 4-floor dungeon that I've run into. And I assumed that I would have beaten it at this point, but I'm roaming around on the 4th floor, and it's some pretty long straightaways, and as I continue, I reach a dead end, and then I find a direction with lava, and it's a jumping lava puzzle, which I believe I made some snarky comment to you, Ark, and then immediately boiled myself alive in lava.
Yep.
Which
See,
was
even the divines know my true intentions, and they punished you for making those comments, man.
Yep, so that was pretty much insta karma. So I deserved that. But I decided that the only way to get through this, because I couldn't believe I was still in here, and it was starting to get close to trial time. So I found where I needed to go to the middle of the map, and what I wanted to do was just go to the center of the map, because I figured that had to be where this stupid thing was. So what I did was I used the spell of wall glitch, because I can't think of the pass wall, that's what it is, which I've got on that crappy sword, and I just dug a path straight through the dungeon, just deleting walls in a straight line to the middle of the map. And the descriptor, when you get into that room, because it's got floor dialogue, is you see a crypt filled with and the air is filled with screams or something like that. I was like, I see I'm in a place called the Crypt of Hearts. Of course I see a crypt. Like, what else would I see?
Cryptception.
So, yes, that was the Cryptception. So, I don't know. I figured that meant this had to be, like, the place to go. And it's this really big room with a lot of holes in the floor. And I don't know what's in the middle. It could be the Staff of Chaos. I figured 25 minutes is enough time to figure out what's in the middle, and I was wrong. Because every single direction is filled with an incredible amount of these, like, stone golem things, which if you get, they're a pretty high-level enemy. They kind of look like mummies. If you're close to them, they smack you into a decent amount of damage. Whatever. If you're far away, they throw energy orbs at you because of fucking course they do. And that does way, way more damage because my character is unfortunately a moron and I have no ability to resist magic or use it. So I have to run at everything in order to minimize the abuse that I take. And when they're on polar opposite ends of the room in basically all cardinal directions and diagonals, for everyone I run at, I'm just getting peppered from all sides by the death orbs. And I just died on repeat for 25 minutes, essentially.
And the fireballs. I saw the fireballs.
Oh, yeah, and fireballs, because there were ghosts that have machine gun fireballs, because, again, magic is not my friend. I tried simply climbing up a ledge, and I got hit by so many fireballs in the time it took me to literally climb up a 4-foot hill that it brought my health from 100% to dead instantly. So I think that maybe the staff piece is in that room, but it's obviously going to take me a long time to chisel my way through that. So I tragically ended a second stream, now still in the Crypt of Hearts, and I'm pretty sure this now has claimed the title of longest dungeon, as I am now on 6 hours just trying to do the Crypt of Hearts. This is getting pretty rough because I still have 2 more pieces of this staff after I get this one. So it's not even like, oh, I'm at the end. I'm not at the end. I'm not even that close to the end. Like this, there's still another quarter of the game, at least, provided the Staff of Chaos is at the end of this thing. So, yeah, I will, I don't know. I'm definitely planning on doing another stream and attempt to getting out of the Crypt of Hearts very soon. I can't imagine it's going to take me another 3 hours because I don't know how many more floors this place could possibly have. But the problem on top of all of this is you don't get to just leave when you're done. I have to walk back out of this place.
No.
Oh no.
There's no fast travel in this game. Like if you're not from a main city. So you have to backtrack. And one thing that I always begrudgingly like to remind people of this game, if I've had a couple of people try this game and quickly end playing this game. If you leave a floor of a dungeon, be it to go the correct way or you backed out, it resets the dungeon floor that you just left to stock.
Nice.
So all of the enemies back up through there have now been set to stock replacement. So they're all back. And the cheese walls that I dig out to get around, they're all replaced.
Oh no.
So you can't just dig a hole and be like, all right, I'm just going to run down and I'm going to just run back. That's not how it works. You dig your way back out the same way you dug your way back down, except this time I don't have a shield because my dwarven shield broke. I had a sweet-ass Dwemer shield. That broke in combat, and as Ishi pointed out, my new tower shield, it looks like I'm carrying a barn door around with me. That's just what it looks like. And it doesn't even do that good of protection. It's just ugly, and it's terrible.
You need the horned dragon shield in there, too.
There was many shield shouts when that happened. So, it's, Arena is quite the struggle bus. Again, my brief stint of being proud of myself for how quickly I beat the Crystal Tower has been swiftly ended every time I've played since then, because good lord, this is just brutal.
Yeah, you clearly jinxed that one.
Yeah, no, I should never have said anything good about Arena at all. That was my mistake. I kind of mentioned the fact that a lot of the things were fixed for me personally.
Before moving to ESO part of your tales, I just want to mention this will come off as very bad as part of me being close to being worst. But I hope you don't leave Crypt of Arts for 3 more streams so we get to hear more of this.
This is amazing.